The Midday, weekdays 1 to 3 p.m. on QBS.
We kickstart our interview with our special guest today on the Midday Show. Our guest is a driven amateur bodybuilder and a master personal and fitness instructor with an incredibly impressive career in this region. He is a recognized expert in body transformation and fitness, having delivered over 10,000 personal training hours and provided truly impactful guidance in nutrition and supplements. A well-known figure in the fitness community, he is Mohieddine Farshoukh. Welcome to the show.
Hi.
Hi. I'm still trying my best with your name.
You're getting better.
I'm getting better?
Yeah.
Okay. I have a very, a pet peeve or a fear of not saying people's names correctly. I hate it. I absolutely hate doing that, but yeah.
I think you'll face that in Arabic mostly.
Yeah. So let's just get straight into it. Now, you have this fascinating blend of experiences from, as we spoke off air, the F&B industry to becoming a renowned fitness expert. Let's start at the beginning. What inspired you to pursue fitness and this path?
I was always fascinated about the human body and trying to look at the ultimate good I can be.
Right.
So I always wanted to be fit, muscular, ripped. Okay.
And this is something that was brought about from your childhood,
At first I was mostly focused on athleticism. So I wanted to be the best I can be at the games that my father wanted me to play.
Right.
It started with swimming, then I did some kung fu for a period. Then after 5-6 years of age, I started doing basketball.
Her ACL.
She never had a full torn ACL. That's why.
Meniscus and ACL.
Okay.
Yeah.
Partial tear? Full tear?
That I don't remember.
Okay.
But
because when you have a full tear, you can no more walk.
Yeah.
So you have to do the operation. It takes like a year and a half to recover, to have a full recovery. And then it takes more time to rebuild that joint.
Yeah.
To be useful, to get the move back, to get the body to squat all over again.
I see. It's a very nasty tear, the ACL.
And it's treatable when it's younger.
Right.
When the person is younger, it's treatable faster.
Right.
The older you get, the harder it is. You see older people when they fall, they have a hip replacement.
Right.
It doesn't get back.
Right.
It never gets back.
Right. Because at that point, the bones, the joints,
the
all of
bones
that
are narrower, the muscles are weaker.
Yeah.
Mainly you lose, after 30, you start losing 3 to 5% of your muscle mass. At 80, you've lost 30%. If you're not training, yes.
If you're not training.
If you're not training. That's the only way to reverse it.
Okay, so let's say you build a fitness routine in your 20s, 30s. If you keep that going.
Even if you start that at your 60s, it's reversible.
Okay.
Because you start building muscle every year as you go with the minimum intensity you can do without feeling pain.
Right.
So it's going to take some time. Don't focus on losing the fat mass.
Right.
Build a good muscle mass instead.
Right. So it's never too late to start.
It's never too late. You can start at 60 and win a marathon at 65.
I love that. That's amazing. Can you tell us about the transition from the F&B industry, food and beverage industry, to fitness? And, what was the aha moment that made you decide to move from the world of hospitality to a career in fitness?
To be honest, fitness was my side hustle. I used to work in restaurants, and at the same time, it works in a separate manner of time.
Right.
So the crowd goes to restaurants when the gyms are empty and vice versa.
Right.
So the restaurant will be most crowded on the weekend and nobody's there at the gym. So I was able to maintain both at the same time for a very long period.
Wow.
For like 6-7 years.
That's a lot. Yeah.
Yes.
And a long time.
Exactly. And I was able to escalate my career on both ends. So I had around like 5,000 plus hours done as a PT, and I was an operation manager for several restaurants at the same time.
That's a lot to take on for one person, is it not?
Well, once you're Lebanese, you'll have to do a lot.
Fair enough. No, very, very fair. But it's a very interesting transition.
I had to.
Yeah.
To be honest, I had to. I used to enjoy having a bit of both. But once the whole country switched into a different income, if you want, I had to transfer too.
So you just had to adapt with
exactly,
the
and I went full on PT for the full time.
would you say it's one of the best decisions you've made?
Yes, I was lucky to take it. I was lucky to be forced to take it.
I like that. I like that point of view.
It came itself.
Right.
To go full on because I have no other choice. We had Corona, and we have so much closure. So all I had to do is train people by video call, plans, following up from my own home until it started to make good money. And I never had to go back to work again.
Now let's get into the heart of our discussion, which is, fitness beyond the gym. You've emphasized that fitness is a holistic approach, and I want to focus on the nutrition aspect of it. So, what is your simple core philosophy for eating healthy? And how can our listeners start making better food choices without feeling like they're on a quote-unquote diet?
Well, you should start purchasing less grocery from the supermarket and replace it with natural stuff. Let's go for the real chicken, the real meat, the real eggs, not the canned stuff. You can do the same meals you're having, ordering as a fast food, but cook it yourself. You'll get to know how much oil in it, how much sodium in it, because once it's canned, it has a lot more of sodium and preservatives. Yeah,
that's true. That is very, very true. Now, we've seen obviously a boom in the diet food industry in Qatar within the past 5 years, specifically kickstarting with Corona, right?
Yes.
Everyone's at home. Like you said, you were forced, into choosing a side between F&B and fitness. So we were all at home. We're all ordering food.
Exactly.
And, there was just a massive boom of healthy restaurants and diet restaurants
because
and things
there were
like
a lot of free time for people to think.
When you do it yourself, you know exactly what's going in.
You're gonna trust it more. You're gonna see yourself transfer.
And I think there's also like a very misconception, especially for those just starting to get into fitness and wanting to take care of themselves, that for example, those protein bars. Just because it says it's protein, it's a protein bar, they're like, okay, it's healthy, but it's still processed.
You will have to read the label always.
Yeah.
So your first key is to know how to read the label. That's first. Second, if it tastes good, it's not good.
I like that. That's true.
Protein doesn't taste good.
It's true.
Protein tastes like metal. So if it's good, it has a lot of sugar.
That's true.
Or artificial sweeteners. Second, if you cook yourself, you're going to be able to meal prep at least 2-3 days ahead. Maybe a salad, a snack, and then another meal, potatoes and meat. You're going to eat a lot with the 1,500 calories.
Yeah.
While when you consume fast food, it's going to be gone with one meal.
Yeah.
And you might have overlooked it. You would go for 1,700, 1,800 without noticing.
Right.
And you're going to remain hungry.
That is the thing. You just remain hungry.
Yeah.
Because you're not satiating what's actually like going on with your body.
Exactly. And the ingredients. Now every fast food has CGM in it. So you're going to ask for more on daily basis.
Okay.
You're going to crave McDonald's. It's not tasty. There's something you crave in it. Just like Cheetos.
That is very, very true.
Yeah.
That is very, very true. Now, with your experience, what's the most common mistake that you see beginners make on their fitness journey? And what is kind of like a quick fix to that mistake? How do you correct it?
They go for heavyweights. Heavyweights.
From the beginning.
Yeah. Heavyweights equal injury.
Yeah.
That's the issue.
It's ego lifting.
Exactly. But at the same time, you need heavyweights to have big muscles.
Right. But you build on that. It's building blocks.
Exactly. It's building blocks. If you go all the way from the beginning, you ego lift, or you get encouraged from a fellow friend that used to train for like 2-3 years, trying to push you to do more,
right?
You're going to end up injured. So mainly, I would say it's the technique comes first.
Right.
So isolate, focus, feel your muscle work.
Muscle, mind-muscle connection.
Yes, exactly. The muscle-mind connection. If you can't feel the muscle, you're not training.
That is true.
You're only lifting the weight, moving it from point A to point B. Exactly.
But nothing's actually happening.
Exactly. So you will end up with joint pain. And then after 2 to 3 months, that's injury pain.
And then khalas, people, they stop.
then you have
'Cause
to
they're-
stop.
yeah.
You will have to stop, or you're gonna end up with a tear.
Right.
So then you go to a physiotherapist or a doctor. Then he switches you into sessions, and then you will go into rehab, and then you will have to go back to gym and build it up the right way.
Right.
And that's what takes time. And some people never come back.
That's what I mean. Like
Exactly.
people that like are forced to stop due to an injury,
Yeah.
they just stop completely because they're like, I got injured. I don't want to go back.
Not
to that.
not just that. He'll go back to his old habits. He's gonna eat fast food again. He's gonna lay around more often. He's gonna lose that
the progress.
the flame he had at first.
Right, and all the progress that was made. Right.
And he's gonna turn fat. So he's gonna think over and over before coming back for the second time.
Right. I think a lot of people tend to look more, I mean, this is with anything in life, I feel like, but they look more at the results and the destination rather than the process of getting
Exactly, and social media doesn't help a lot.
there. It doesn't.
Yeah, you
At
see
all.
people explaining that this exercise made me look like this in 4
All
to 6
lies.
weeks. Yes.
All lies.
And then you see everyone doing that exercise to look good. But nobody sells their secrets online.
That's true. That is true.
So-
There was a whole, I mean, within the female side of the fitness community during 2020, everybody was doing Chloe Ting,
Exactly.
you know?
Now everyone is doing Pilates
Yeah.
and having matcha.
Yeah. Yeah. But Chloe Ting was honestly horrible for all of us because it was a lot of very intensive hit every day.
Exactly.
But yeah.
But her body takes it. It's good for
Yeah.
her.
It's good for her, but it's not good for everybody else.
Exactly. You can't apply it on everyone.
Yeah.
So you will have to go back to the minimum resistance with each individual and build it up
Yeah.
all the way from the beginning.
Now, let's bring the conversation closer to home right here in Qatar. Our community has its own unique lifestyle, to put it in one way. From the social life to the challenges of our climate. What are some of the specific lifestyle challenges people in Qatar face when trying to stay fit, especially with our, long summers and our social traditions? And what are some practical solutions?
The hardest part lays in traveling, mainly. Because if you're committed to a certain lifestyle, you're gonna have to hit the gym
Even when you travel.
Exactly. So you'll have to hit it at least 3 times a week for a minimum to be able to be building muscles. While you travel, if you keep that in, some of my clients does. You'll come back, continue from where you left.
Right.
But if you don't, you're gonna start over at least 3-4 times a year, and that's hard to do over and over and over.
Right.
Because most of the people comes to gym to treat their illness. Some
Right.
people that are above 50. Most of my clients are between 40 and 60. Some goes beyond 60 too.
Right.
So they're mainly working out to feel better, being stronger, being able to move better.
Right.
Because when you take medication, you're only...
How is Qatar supporting the fitness and sports fields, and what opportunities does this create for a healthier lifestyle?
Before working in Qatar, I came here for a visit first, and I was stunned that they actually have a national sport day.
Right, one of the only countries.
The only one, exactly. So even if you don't like sports, you are obliged to
Once
stop
a
working
year.
exactly on that day and see what other people are doing.
Right.
You might fall into it in 3-4 years ahead, out of curiosity. You'll mainly see the events in the streets,
Yeah.
in the clubs, everyone sending invitations. So out of
Right.
curiosity, you might end up working out.
Fair. I remember when they first inaugurated Sports Day. I was still in high school at the time.
Okay.
And high school students, our attitude, we're like, oh no, they're forcing us and all of this stuff. But now, like,
You can reflect on it.
I reflect on it a lot, and I actually get upset if I can't do anything on Sports Day.
Exactly.
Like if I can't even just like hit the treadmill for 30 minutes, even that bothers me.
Okay.
I think, I feel like the initiative has definitely
And
switched a lot of our
having that
lifestyles.
once a year would push you back into training if you stopped every year after vacation. It's the second Tuesday I'm going again. If you didn't, it's gonna be enough motivation for you to start all over.
Right.
At least once a year.
Once a year, yeah. It's definitely a great initiative to have for people that have struggled or hesitated, I would say, looking after their fitness better.
Most people look after their fitness when they need to.
That's what I'm saying. So it's a great way to get them to look at it before it gets to that point. Because I always think that prevention is better than treatment.
Yes.
Yeah. It's the best medicine is prevention.
Exactly. Yeah. And you can build enough strength before you're older.
That's true.
You will live better. Longevity starts earlier. You can't start late. You can, but it's better to start it early.
Right.
Yani, strengthening a joint in your early 30s is better than doing it at your 60s with minimum weights, and you'll have to be cautious. And even if you get sore, it's going to be very hard for 8 hours a day.
Right.
Sometimes 10. We didn't need to eat. By now, if I go play basketball once a week, I'm going to have to lay around for like 2 days. It's totally different.
Yeah. It's a lot of cardio, a lot.
Exactly. The jumping, the joints pain, the muscle pain, all of that.
If there was a trend that you could decimate and like completely take it out of the fitness industry, can I ask what trend it would be? It's maybe controversial.
Yeah, I guess you know it already. I would say the aloe matcha and Pilates thing.
The gentrification of Pilates and matcha.
Look, it's important.
Yeah.
And it's nice. They're pushing people to work out at least.
Right.
Making it a trend. Some people would go to film and post on social media.
Yeah.
But they will be moving their bodies.
Yeah.
But not overlooking it, not anyone that promotes CrossFit.
All right. I really like where this conversation is going.
Thank you.
During the weight loss journey, why do we face hair loss and what precautions can we take?
Okay. First of all, you have to differentiate between weight loss and fat loss. Most people mix between them and focuses on their weight on the scale.
Right.
So once you focus on the scale, you're going to want to lose more weight over time. And they start going to easy or shortcuts, paths that would help them lose weight. They start things like bad diets,
right,
food deprivation, fasting. Some now does Manjaro and other insulin needles that helps losing appetite and losing weight. So you start losing hair when you start eating wrong.
Okay.
Because your body needs all that mineral, vitamins, could lead you into baldness or other issues like chronic pain, intestinal digestion, and other things that would suffer from not just the hair loss.
Right.
Hair loss is minor.
Yeah. I see. So bad diet.
Exactly.
Equals.
You can lose fat and not lose weight.
Right.
And you can lose weight without losing fat. You're going to be losing muscles.
Right. I think what people don't really understand is you cannot spot treat fat.
Of course.
You know, it's a massive misconception.
If you were able to do that, everybody would had a six-pack. But you can't spot reduce fat.
You can't, yeah.
You can spot add muscles if you want. Not so much, but define at least. Because the muscle that you work is going to grow eventually.
I see. Now, for our final question, and this is for our listeners who are inspired by your journey, what is the single most precious piece of advice you can give them for their long-term health and fitness goals?
It's never too late to start.
Never.
It's only late when you don't.
Okay. I like that one.
So the earlier, the better. But it's never too late. So you can't look at yourself and I'm 60, I didn't do it, I can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
You can still start from zero and watch yourself progress over time.
Okay, that's amazing. Thank you so much, Mohieddine.
Thank you.
For being with us today and for sharing, your experience and your knowledge with us. I'm sure our listeners found it very, very insightful as I did. So again, thank you for being here.
Thank you so much.